The Gun Shop Show, the Gun Shop Show. What is it? We don't know. The Gun Shop Show, the Gun Shop Show. Here we go, it's the Gun Shop Show.
You have to ask yourself one question. Do you feel lucky, punk? To be watching the Gun Shop Show? Because you should feel lucky.
I feel lucky to be on the Gun Shop Show.
You know what I feel lucky about?
I don't know. What's that?
I feel lucky that one of our great listeners brought me this beautiful Smith & Wesson Model 29 44 Magnum, unfired, pre-lock, highly collectible, high gloss, blued finish, unfired, barely even a turn ring on the cylinder.
So nice.
And you know what this gun represents?
Freedom?
No.
Well, kind of.
I mean, all guns represent
yeah.
freedom,
Yeah.
but
Let's see. Does it represent awesome?
it represents the most famous revolver fiction character of all time,
Mr. Dirty Harry.
Mr. Clean Larry.
Good old
Clean Larry.
How much different would that movie would have been if it was Clean Larry?
It probably wouldn't have been nearly as entertaining, but could you imagine, like, that guy, he's a real clean Larry.
Hey, he does everything by the book.
Right?
Yeah.
He's always at his desk. He's doing paperwork.
Instead of like get all these great lines that he's giving the bad guy while he's like just practicing good weapon retention, and he's like,
And muzzle discipline.
please comply, stop resisting. I don't know. He probably wouldn't talk like that either. He wouldn't sound all
wouldn't talk
grizzled.
like this.
No.
He'd be talking like very proper English.
So speaking about impressions of Dirty Harry, we all tried to do our impressions this week as we got ready for the show.
I like to think that we were just sharpening our chops.
Well, let's just say it
my jobs were dull.
devolved.
It was.
We kept wanting to be. We wanted to change the character instead of just doing Clint Eastwood as Dirty Harry. We had to make it our own. So we'll show you that. We'll check the voicemail.
Yep.
We will talk more about the one of the most iconic gun characters of all time,
I would definitely say so.
I agreed.
and we have to get it out of the way.
Let's get it out of the way.
Because as a gun store owner, this name gets brought up
Right.
by customers 100% of the time.
100%.
If they pick up a revolver
Right.
that is
It channels. It gets channeled out of you.
Yep.
yeah, if it is any revolver bigger than a snub nose revolver, they can't hold that gun and look at it and consider purchasing without uttering the phrase Dirty Harry.
Yeah, probably the most incorrect version of it too. Like, do you feel lucky, punk?
Yeah, so the line
Has kind of a Mandela effect on people.
Yeah.
Where they don't remember the correct line.
Yeah.
And they think it's something else.
right, I did.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Honestly did. And in fact,
I'm sure
even
I did.
after I knew the real line, I wanted to
it didn't
do
sound right.
the fake one.
Right.
You know,
I think it just rolls off the tongue better, honestly.
So this movie came out in 1971.
71.
I knew it was the 70s. I was shocked at how wordy, his...
Oh, that particular phrase.
It's like a good burn.
It's a mouthful.
But he takes a while. And, the scene where he foils... wait, do we need to say spoiler alert on any of this?
I think
in case anybody...
I don't know, man. I mean, they've
just in
had,
case.
40 years-ish to watch it?
Would 1971 to be almost 50 years?
Yeah.
You're like,
You're a
hey,
little behind.
spoiler alert, Bruce Willis was dead the whole time.
If you haven't seen Dirty Harry and you get a spoiler from the Gun Shop Show, that's on you.
Beep.
That's
There,
on
we just
you.
covered up the spoiler.
Yep.
So anyway, he's on his lunch break. He's eating a cheeseburger, and he has the guy, and he's warning him. Do you feel lucky, punk? Probably to me would have been better than. I know what you're asking yourself.
Right.
Did he fire 5, 6, or 7, or 8 shots, or 9 shots?
Yep.
10 shots. How many times did he reload? I know you're wondering this, and you're also wondering what if I had pickles on my cheeseburger.
He's like, is he using target ammo or is he using hollow points? I don't
Perhaps
know.
those are wad cutters. These are all questions you're asking
Right.
yourself.
He's like, later I gotta go to the store and maybe pick up some toilet paper or something.
And then you're wondering, do I even want to keep listening to this or just go ahead and die? I don't know if Dirty Harry would be as popular today, because that cop, he's a little rough around the edges. They don't
Definitely.
call him Dirty Harry for nothing.
Yeah,
That's
Well,
true.
They
That's
call
true.
him dirty for a lot of reasons.
You-
Yeah, they never really nailed down
They
why. They
yeah,
just-
why is he Dirty Harry?
Oh,
I think it's just kind of one of those
It's a
things.
combination, I think.
Yeah,
I
it's
guess.
what's the word? I can't even think of it right now. It's ambiguous, you know.
Yeah,
He's dirty for lots of reasons, not just one
For-
reason.
You have to ask yourself one question. What is that smell? Well, it might be me because I'm Dirty Harry and I never bathe.
Right.
it kind of sounds like you're doing Batman.
I know,
Right.
I know.
It's like-
there's no,
Where's Rachel?
Clint Eastwood as Dirty Harry as Batman.
yeah, and Batman would be better if he had a great big revolver.
Oh
I,
yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Even though
I
that's
mean, it
nice
would be
then.
against his morals, but
Yeah.
that's just that's for another show. That's Gunshot Show
yeah.
number 100,
Well,
Batman.
It's against, like, he can kill you any other way.
Right.
You know that Batman, he might be a liberal.
Oh, because he won't kill?
Well, he will. He just not with a gun.
Right, he throws people off buildings. You don't ever see him, but in theory, obviously, Batman's not killing. You
It's
don't ever
kind
see
of like
anybody die as a result.
It's like when people from Europe, I'll see them debating guns, and they're like, "We don't have any gun murders in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have massive amounts of stabbings."
right. Well, what's
and-
their Batman death numbers look like, though?
Yeah.
0.
Let's give away some free stuff.
We should do that.
We do
Yeah,
that
that's a
in
good idea.
every show.
Good
I want to do
idea.
it right now.
Okay.
Okay,
Sure.
so and there's more than one reason. Obviously, free stuff is good. Listeners are good.
Yep.
Listeners having our free stuff, good.
That's even better. That's a
Excellent.
magic
But there's a
combination.
method to the madness.
There is.
We're giving you a chance to get free stuff. And
Free
the
stuff
first thing,
with
it's,
free
it's
cheese.
totally free.
9.
If you live in the great U.S. of A., anywhere in this country,
Even at the tippy top of Alaska.
tippy top of Alaska, the bitty bottom of Hawaii,
Hawaii.
you can get this Liberty Tree Guns bumper sticker, decal, graphic of the legendary Liberty Tree Guns image, the logo.
Which was at the corner of Orange and Essex.
That's right. The original Liberty Tree was.
Yes, sir.
You can get that for free, and I'll even pay your shipping because that's how much I want you to have this and be representing the Gun Shop Show
You're
and
gen-
Liberty Tree Guns.
Your
That's super free.
generous host.
Yeah.
And then I want to give you a chance to get some other free stuff just because this stuff is really like, it serves a function.
That's right.
yeah.
So I'm showing you a koozie right
Oh,
now.
that looks like that's a nice koozie. That's a
gonna-
highlighter green.
It's bright green. In the picture,
Very
in the
vibrant.
camera, it looks a little pale.
Yeah.
but in
Washed out.
Real
It's
world,
super washed
it's
out.
lime
It's not-
green.
Right.
Get that. That's totally free.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Next thing you want to get is a hat.
Get
Okay?
that hat.
Liberty
Everyone
Tree
loves
Guns,
hats.
Liberty Tree hat.
navy blue,
Classic.
Liberty Tree
Oh
Guns.
man, that is so cool.
Or you can get a Hunters Unite. Mm-hmm. Or you can get a subdued American flag, teal, green.
You know I want that.
I know you do.
Yeah.
I was about literally to say this one would be popular with the ladies.
I think it would go super well with my new shades.
Sweet.
I wear sunglasses while I'm on the show now, guys. That's a thing.
Yeah.
Not just any sunglasses. Women's sunglasses.
Hey, if they're women's sunglasses, then why do they look so good on me? A man.
We went over to
Debatable.
Hinkle's Hardware. The folks that have a show on right before us on News Talk KZRG, because I had some stuff I needed to get, and we're supporters of them. They're a sponsor of the show, Hinkle's Ace Hardware in Webb City, Missouri. And Trevor comes in wearing these glasses.
Looking dope.
And I asked the young gal working there, I said, hey, let me ask you something.
And I'm standing by the side doing this.
Yeah. And I said, would you wear these glasses? Mm-hmm. And you know what she said?
She said yes because they're amazing.
No, she said, I said, because I think they're ladies' sunglasses. And she goes, I wouldn't wear them. And I said,
Because they're men's sunglasses now.
No, I said, why? She
Those
goes,
are the rules.
They look like something a mom would wear.
Well, I did tell her I drove a Kia Sportage, so
Yeah.
I've got that whole soccer mom
You
thing
rounded
going
it
on.
out, but she didn't not want to wear them because they were for men. She didn't want to wear them because they look like
They're just
mom-
bad fashion choice.
They're the mom jeans of sunglasses.
I like them. I don't care.
Okay, so how do people get this free stuff?
You're going to go to our website at libertytreeguns.com. At the top of the page, you'll see Liberty Tree merch. Click that, and then click the merch section. They'll be there for free.
Totally free.
And that's going to get you a chance to win more free stuff.
Coming up soon, we're going to have a contest, a swag contest, where you post a picture of yourself with Liberty Tree Guns merch of some kind, whether it is the decal on your car or the koozie on your cup or your hat or your T-shirt. And by the way, there's a wide selection of T-shirts, which you can also use to represent, like
That's
the one
right.
I'm wearing,
Like the one, yeah.
the one that Trevor is wearing. You can get those also there at Liberty Tree Guns. But anyway, you're going to post those pictures, and we're going to let you get votes. People can vote by liking. And then the top garner of likes is going to win a free gun.
Free guns.
We're going to be announcing that soon.
gun.
So that's why we're giving you several shows worth of chances
That's
to
right.
get this
Absolutely.
Get your
free
gear. Get your
stuff. You know what seems like a mistake? We never mentioned the fact that there's other stuff you can get at libertytreeguns.com.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there is.
Thousands.
Just shop
of-
around.
Like 50,000 plus products that you can get. You can put on layaway. You can do all kinds of cool stuff at libertytreeguns.com. Hey, Adam and Lauren. Thanks for jumping on here so we can make an ad for the show.
Yeah, absolutely. We're huge Second Amendment advocates and big supporters of Liberty Tree and the Gun Shop Show.
All right, so for the ad, we're going to want to go over what you offer.
We do all the standard auto, home insurance, life insurance.
We also do a lot of rental property, whether that be commercial rental or residential, duplexes, apartment complexes, single-family dwellings. And we have specialty policies for all your firearms.
You have commercial coverage on my rental properties, so we can put that in the ad too. And I was thinking that we'll talk about how you're big supporters of the store and how you come in the store pretty much every day on your lunch break and buy guns.
Maybe don't mention the everyday thing because my wife does watch the show. But we've been known to come in occasionally.
Every once in a while.
All right, guys, I think that we have everything we need to make an ad, so once I get it done, I'll give you guys a holler to check it out. Trevor, don't put it in the ad, but those guys are in here literally every day on their lunch break.
Kids are curious by nature. Do your part to prevent unwanted tragedy from striking in your home by doing these simple tasks. Consider gun locks and/or gun safes for storage of firearms. Don't leave your guns unattended where children could reach them. Discuss with your children the rules of firearm safety. Sign your kids up for hunter safety classes. Firearm safety in the household is your responsibility. Do your part to prevent unwanted tragedy from striking in your home. For more information, visit JasperCountySheriff.org.
People are always asking me, Eli, you seem to get the best deals on things. What is your secret? I don't really.
Glory Auctions and estate sales.
Trevor, I appreciate you jingling, but I have to say the ad part first because people need to know about the company.
Oh, I thought you wanted me to do
And
that.
then also, it's
Okay.
it's covering up my
Yeah,
face. So
all right. I'll
just
get
just
it
get
together.
a picture like from their
Okay.
Facebook page
Yeah, I
because
got-
that's the
I
best
got one here.
place, and then just put it right up here where the Gun Shop Show logo is.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I'll do better this
And
time.
then and so let me finish the ad, and then you can jingle. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So the best place to go is their Facebook page.
Oh, Glory Auctions and estate sales.
You know what? Fine. I'll just move in between the graphics and finish telling people that the best place to find out when
Oh,
old
Glory Auctions and estate sales. I think I got it that time, man.
Buckle up, because belts just got better. With Core Essentials, the perfect fit every time. With 40 plus sizing positions, styles for any situation. Whether in the boardroom crushing sales and taking names, on your next adventure, in the great outdoors, or when you're done for the day and ready to relax. Get your perfect fit with Core Essentials.
Hey there. We got your lab results back. It looks like you have a fever. And the only prescription is more Gun Shop Show.
Welcome back to the Gun Shop Show. Today we're talking about the revolver that made Clint Eastwood's character famous, Dirty Harry.
Pretty impressive firearm, and after reading some of the information about the movie, it skyrocketed the popularity of that revolver.
So we're going to talk about what makes that gun famous. But first, it sounds like we need to be
checking that voicemail.
checking the voicemail. So I'm going to get the voicemail phone out. If you give me just a second.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to give you a second.
It's not relenting.
Yeah, it's not going to give up anytime soon.
Oh boy.
She's full.
It's a doozy. I just abruptly stopped ringing.
Have you been working out? That wasn't as hard as it usually is.
Well, I have been, actually.
You do need to work on those guns, bro.
It's more of a endurance thing. You know, I see how many times I can.
Yeah.
I got you.
He's like over there curling it
Yeah.
consecutively.
Right.
All right, man. Are you about ready to check this voicemail?
Yeah, I trust that you got the intro segment worked out.
No, I mean, it's becoming a hit. A hit jam.
I think
We
people
need
are
to do it
tired.
every time.
They've seen us rock out every time.
I
They've
know,
watched it.
I know it seems humdrum, but who doesn't want to see a rock concert
But we
in
need
the
an
middle
intro.
of their podcast?
We need an intro, so I guess we'll just have to do it live again.
You showed me an intro yesterday.
I deleted it.
Oh
it
my
wasn't good
gosh.
enough. It wasn't good enough.
Nothing's ever good enough for
No,
you.
it's not.
See that?
You got that? You fixed all those strings on it, huh?
Yeah, I did.
Oh yeah, that C chord.
That's a C chord.
Oh yep.
Yeah.
We're gonna definitely be playing that one.
yeah.
That's a
So
C
if we can
chord.
do it in C,
I'd
It's a
say
C
it's a
chord 'cause you can
solid.
see it.
You're right, right. It's I'd say you play that C chord for a solid 3 minutes in this jam.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's mostly that's home.
Yeah.
But I branch out from there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I got ZZ drumsticks.
Okay.
You got ZZ guitar.
Just count me in. I don't really remember it, but
Yeah.
we'll just have to do it.
Yeah, that's no problem.
From memory.
I can do
Yeah.
that for
Yeah,
you.
okay.
I mean, okay. So, a 2, a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4.
Are you ready to check the voicemail?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
That's something about that C chord.
I know, man.
I broke a string.
Yeah, just one this time.
No.
Oh.
Because then after I broke that string,
Uh-huh.
I hit another note, and then when
Yeah.
I was bending the
you were
string.
doing- yeah,
Are
I
you
heard that
familiar
part.
with that?
Yeah, I am.
That's
I
where
usually bend my vocal cords when I'm singing that part,
you
but I
take
get what you're
it
saying.
up. It's you might be at a note, and then you bend
Yeah, you
that
give
note
little,
up.
give that little extra.
But then I broke a string. So I moved up the neck.
Right.
Found a similar
Uh-huh,
note.
right.
But I whammed it.
Yeah, I heard the wham.
And then that broke a string.
That's impressive.
And so then I decided that I would come over the top.
Right. You came over the top.
I came over the top, and then I hit the next string.
Right.
And then it broke.
I also noticed that in the middle of the song, you changed the string you broke.
Yeah, I did.
yep.
And then
That's impressive.
And
That
then
was the most impressive part.
after
Yeah,
I changed
I was
it,
impressed.
I went to tune it, and I broke a string. And
Man.
then after that, I got out some tools,
Yeah.
and I was adjusting it, and then I broke a string.
You broke another
Yeah,
string?
I did.
Yeah,
I broke
and then-
6 strings.
You fixed them all while, right after you broke them in the middle of the song.
It
which
looked like
is really
halfway
impressive.
through the song, you dislocated some fingers. Are they okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you all right, man?
Yeah.
It looked painful, like they were facing the wrong way.
All right. Well,
But you were still jamming out.
I think it's time to play this voicemail.
I think we better check the first voicemail, which, how do people leave a voicemail?
I think they could call a little number called 9 blah blah. That's not right.
Whoa.
9 blah blah. No.
Yes,
no.
blah,
more
blah,
like
blah, blah,
more
blah,
like what is it?
208
918 1776.
Roll it.
Hey, this is Devin from Florida. I was wondering, Dirty Harry says that his gun's the most powerful in the world, or most powerful handgun in the world. Is that true? And is something like that even legal to carry? Thank you.
So this is a pretty interesting question. It's
Yeah.
really a
It's a good
two-part question.
It's a two-parter.
Because Harry Callahan,
Yes, sir.
Clint Eastwood's character,
Yeah. Dirty.
says, what does he say about his gun?
It's the most powerful handgun in the world.
This is a 44 Magnum, the most powerful handgun in the
It'll
world.
blow your head clean
It'll
off.
blow your head
it's
clean
pretty
off.
powerful.
So it's quite a claim. Mm-hmm. Is it true?
I have no
Which
idea.
part?
I mean, in the movie, yes. In reality?
You know, we'll save that. We'll make it a teaser.
Oh, okay.
Is it the most powerful handgun in the world? But I want to answer the second question, which is it legal to carry a gun that powerful? Now, for the first few weeks of our show, I had to say, well, I'm not an attorney. But now we have our awesome sponsor,
Right.
U.S. Law Shield.
That's right.
And with your membership, not only do you get complete legal defense for your self-defense, you also get access to a hotline you can call for general legal questions.
Right. With attorneys that specialize in this.
Not
particular
only are
area.
they real attorneys,
the real deal.
but they're attorneys who specialize in self-defense. And we have one of those attorneys from U.S. Law Shield on the line. John, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, happy to be here. I got to see you guys rock out, which was great. It was almost violent.
It has been described many ways, but I think violent is a new one.
It is. It almost looked like a riot.
Yeah,
That's
it
how
did.
violent it
Right.
was. Yeah.
A two-person riot.
And no one got hurt.
Two-person riot. I like that. That could be a band name.
Two-man riot.
Two-man
I
riot.
like it.
John, did you hear the question?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. In
Can you help us with that?
Yeah, absolutely. There's not a law that limits the caliber of the gun that you can carry concealed. So can you carry a Magnum 44 concealed in Missouri? Absolutely. Fantastic gun and totally legal. One thing I'd add to that, if you're worried that your gun's just too big and that it's going to pop out of your shirt when you're carrying it, there is a section in the statutes, 571.037. If you're a concealed carry permit holder and your gun's briefly displayed, as long as it's not in an angry or threatening manner, that's legal. And if you're a concealed carry permit holder, also, you can carry open anywhere in the state that's not a prohibited place, regardless of any municipal restrictions. So one more reason to get a concealed carry permit, but yeah, Magnum 44 is definitely a legal gun to have on you.
So that's one thing that I constantly hear, you don't need a permit in Missouri. This is one of many reasons why that's not true. So obviously, if your intent is to conceal carry, we want it to be concealed. That's part of our plan. We want it to be concealed for a reason. But what you're saying is if you happen to be carrying maybe a large firearm, you're protected. Your open carry is more protected when you're a permit holder than if you're not a permit holder.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. Your open carry is more protected. You have more protections in terms of your concealed carry. It's still a smart thing to have, even though we are a permitted carry state. I encourage it.
Awesome. John, is there anything else people need to know about the power of the gun that they can carry?
Make sure you can shoot it straight.
Great advice from John from U.S. Law Shield. Hey everybody, Eli here, and I'm really excited to tell you that the Gun Shop Show is brought to you by one of my favorite places on earth. Located here in my hometown of Carthage on the beautiful historic square, the Emporium on the square, and the Woodshed. It's a art gallery, an event center, a gift shop. They have art classes, and there's very unique Americana artwork from famous artists like Andy Thomas. They handle a lot of his original framing. Just has this incredible old school vibe, and you can feel the history coming through. Have to check out the art gallery, but then as you work your way to the back, my favorite part, the Woodshed, had a lot of great meals in here. They've got burgers. I love their catfish. Excellent. Chicken and waffles even. It's incredible. And it's also a music venue, so we got to see my favorite band of all time, the Ben Miller Band. Ceiling was literally raining down. They were rocking so hard. But the best thing, owned by one of my favorite people on earth, That's Cherry Babcock. Check out the Emporium on the Square and the Woodshed. Hey, podcast listeners and live stream viewers. I wanted to let you know that the Gun Shop Show is made possible by our friends at Mid-America RV. Being in the customer service industry, I have a really high standard for how customers are treated. Mid-America RV does it right. I've got my RV through their dealership, and I've taken it all over the country. We made it to South Padre Island. We've gone to Colorado several times. And if you've ever owned an RV, you know there's a lot that comes with it. So who you get it from matters, and it's extremely important that you have support after the sale. They're located just outside of Carthage. They have a really vast inventory, and they are home of, I believe they call it a forever warranty. So I urge you, if you're in the market for one, to check them out. It's a really fun and can be very affordable way to get your trips in. So visit them at midamericarv.com. We appreciate their support of the Gun Shop Show. If you're in the market for a travel trailer or fifth wheel, check out Mid-America RV.
The Ruger Security 9 LTO, an exclusive new firearm only from Liberty Tree Guns. This is an affordable pistol that comes with Ruger's renowned reliability and workmanship, and comes with an optic with a 3-year warranty. If you haven't ever shot a pistol with an optic on it, it's a lot of fun, and you can really acquire a target quickly. All right, Ruger Security 9 LTO unboxing. So it pretty much obviously comes with everything the Ruger Security 9 would already come with, and this is how they look in the box. Ruger started doing this insert in the box, which is kind of nice. We've had to modify it a little bit to make sure that your optic fits. So there's a cutout so the cover can go on, and then the gun can fit right here in that. They come with 2 mags, so a lot of price point guns, you're just getting 1 mag, but you get 2 15-round, OEM mags. A couple little bonuses is the optic comes with the AR mounts. So if you want to pull this optic off and run it on an AR, you've got everything that you need. That's a freebie, just comes in the box. Once we pull this insert out, here's where all the goodies that come with the optic. Got a 3-year warranty on the Firefield optic, the user manual. It has the tools for both mounting the optic if you want to take it off, and also the adjustment screwdriver for the windage and elevation, and then all of the factory information for your pistol. So this is the format that those will come in. And again, guys, remember, this is an option if you are excited to try out an optic on a pistol and you want to do it for a price point. So these at this price are cheaper than some guys are paying for just an optic. You're getting the gun and the optic. You can get the price and all the details at libertytreeguns.com. Just search LTO.
Hey, this is Devin from Florida. I was wondering, Dirty Harry says that his gun's the most powerful in the world, or most powerful handgun in the world. Is that true? And is something like that even legal to carry? Thank you.
You know, it's really hard for me to imagine that that's truly the most powerful gun in the world. I mean, wouldn't you say it's just a writing point of the movie or of the character?
Actually, it was arguably true when the movie came out.
Okay.
Now, there's a lot of there's been a lot of advancements, obviously, in firearms since the 1970s
and ammunition. I'm sure.
But people, and I have it in my hands. This is a beautiful example of a Smith & Wesson Model 29 and 44 Magnum.
Piece of artwork.
Yeah, just
really is.
gorgeous. And I want to say thank you to Danny Landreth, who allowed me to have this for the show. So we have had examples of Dirty Harry style guns. In fact, if you can get it ready, I did a video, and this was a short-lived video series by Liberty Tree Guns. I was going to do these 3 guns in 3 minutes videos, and the very first one I did it didn't even have the name 3 Guns in 3 Minutes.
See, and I think I remember you talking about it. You kept asking me about one, and I couldn't find it. It might have been this one.
You know why? And I did the same thing. I went to YouTube and I put in 3 Guns in 3 Minutes, and it wasn't there.
Yep.
I thought it maybe got deleted. This is before we even had the iteration of that. But go ahead and play this, and I'll talk about why I don't do 3 Guns in 3 Minutes anymore.
Hey everybody, Eli from Liberty Tree Guns here. It's time for a quick 3 where I show you 3 guns that are currently available here at Liberty Tree Guns. First up, the Smith & Wesson Model 29.
And for radio listeners, we have the video on screen. This is a stainless version.
In 1957. This particular iteration came out, the Smith & Wesson 29-2 came out in 1962.
Now, is that one closer to the Dirty Harry model?
Or
was his blued? I don't remember.
His was blued.
Okay.
At least in the first movie. I told that he had
a turn ring on the cylinder here.
Stainless ones in some of the sequels.
Okay.
Of course, I know what you're thinking.
Well, I know that his character was pretty tied to... Hey, that doesn't look blued. Is it blued? Can't tell.
That's right.
No, I think that was one of the further...
in the 1971
because I think Go Ahead, Make My Day was... Was that in the original movie?
No.
I don't know.
Here I am on screen with 2.
29 revolvers.
Wow.
In stock.
So those were in inventory at the time.
Next up,
all right, you can kill that video,
VZ52.
but you know why I quit doing 3 Guns in 3 Minutes?
Because it took you like 3,000 minutes to make it.
It did. Like we almost make a 2-hour gun shop show in the same amount of time that it took me to make those. Although they were kind of funny. We had to buy a shotgun, the Hog Blaster. Those are all fun, but it took
the Hog Blaster.
Yeah, it took too much time to do. So anyway, that's why we don't do that anymore. But
now we just make an awesome show.
You know,
it's all live.
You know, I am very proud of the Gun Shop Show and the progress that we've made.
Mm-hmm, me too.
We have about 30, I don't know, just shy of 4,000 members in our fan group on Facebook.
That's correct.
Which we encourage you to join.
Yeah, also, share the feed, everybody. Please share the stream on Facebook, or if you're on YouTube and you just know some people would be interested, share that with them. Also, you can join our Facebook group by going to Facebook and searching for The Gun Shop Show.
And it's pretty cool. It's a community where listeners of the show talk not only about the show, but gun-related things.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about what kinds of voicemails you can leave.
Yep.
And people go there because in case they don't remember the jingle.
Right.
To remember the number to call the voicemail, but that is
208-918-1776.
That's the number you got to call if you want to leave a voicemail.
Mm-hmm.
And
I was going to ask, what kind of voicemails can you leave?
anything.
Anything.
We're
talking anything.
Yeah.
Anything.
I'm pretty sure there's some anythings in this one.
Are there?
Well, we're going to find out.
Yeah, we're going to find out.
Mm-hmm.
But we need to finish answering Devin from Florida's question.
That's right.
Yes.
What was his question again?
Is it really the most powerful handgun in the world? Okay. Now, look up, if you don't mind, Logan, the ballistics on 44 Magnum. A lot of energy.
Yeah.
It's a powerful caliber. It's more powerful than 45 Long Colt, which was, if you hold up a 44 Mag and you hold up a 45 Long Colt, like physically, they're going to seem like similar sized rounds, but the pressure in the 44 Mag was super powerful. But now we have things like the Smith & Wesson 500, which is an even bigger, more powerful cartridge. We have the 480 Ruger. We have the 454 Casull. There's even a revolver out from Magnum Research that shoots 45-70.
What like compare that to the 44 mag?
4570 is normally a rifle caliber, and just to give you an idea, it is what it is the caliber that was largely responsible for wiping out the American buffalo.
Oh, yikes!
So that's a great big cartridge.
Yeah.
Magnum Research has a series of revolvers called BFRs.
Gee, I wonder what that stands for.
Do you have a guess? What does BFR? Let us know in the comments.
It would be one of the 7 words you can't say on the radio.
Keep in mind, this is a family-friendly show.
Yep.
And our feed is family-friendly. Mm-hmm. And that's why I'm going to tell you that it stands for Big Frame Revolver.
Oh, okay.
Oh, cool.
Makes a lot of sense.
Sweet. Yeah,
better than what was running through my mind.
Yeah.
Anyway, you got some numbies.
Okay, tell me those numbies.
Okay. So, depending on the grain, let's say 240 grain, 44 Magnum bullet can reach higher velocities of up to 1,500 feet per second. And that produces a muzzle energy up to 1,200 foot-pounds of force.
That's a lot.
That's like 3 to 4 times more than 9mm.
4 times more.
4 times more.
That's so when Clint Eastwood says it'll blow your head clean off, he might not have been exaggerating.
Probably not. No, I mean as close as he was to the guy when he said it.
Right.
Yeah.
Gonna get the full brunt of that force.
You know what? I'm surprised that he didn't say, since he didn't go with what everyone remembers him saying, which is just like, make my day, punk, or do you feel lucky? Instead, he said, you got to ask yourself one question. But I'm surprised he didn't say, depending on the grain, if you use 240 grain, the total muzzle energy could be over 12 foot-pounds delivered.
Right? Dropping knowledge on it.
Yeah, it's like, the guy's dozing off.
Right? He's not going out from blood loss because he's already been shot. He's checking out because of the facts.
And honestly, that is the problem with a lot of gun radio shows. I tried to listen because I thought, maybe I can gain some knowledge about how these other radio shows present themselves, and they're talking a lot of technical specs, and it puts me to sleep. I'm into guns, and it puts me to sleep. So
right, I mean, it's almost like going back to class or something.
Yeah.
The teacher's like, all right, so you're gonna put the fun on the man.
Or the information's really, really dry.
you need to start by putting your name at the top of the page.
Right. If you don't, that's an automatic F.
Find a partner.
Mr. Dirty Harry algebra teacher.
That would have been another sequel they should have done.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, he retires from the police force and he becomes a substitute teacher.
And you expect the whole movie that he's going to get pressed back into action, but it really is just...
Right? The whole thing, you're waiting for that moment where he's like...
change all his lines.
Yeah.
You have to ask yourself one question. What's the square root of pi?
Okay, so Devin, to answer your question, it was the most, arguably the most powerful handgun in the world in 1971 when that movie came out. It isn't now. And John from U.S. Law Shield, one of our great sponsors, did a great job of answering the fact that it's not illegal to carry that way, even something that powerful. Yeah, but you have to put aside the logistics of carrying something as big as that Smith & Wesson that I just had in my hand, because carrying that concealed could be a challenge.
It would be uncomfortable.
They make Charter Arms makes the Bulldog in 44 Special and 44 Mag, so it can be done in a smaller package revolver, but it wouldn't have made for as cool of a movie.
No.
All right, we're going to keep checking the voicemail right here on the Gun Shop Show. Hey folks, I had to learn the hard way that a good home inspection makes a difference when you're buying a home. Our new sponsor, All Points Inspections, can provide just that. Here's a message from Corey from All Points Inspections.
Hey guys, Corey Hines here, owner of All Points Inspections. Up on a roof right now, currently doing a roof inspection, checking for leaks. But I am excited to announce that I am a new sponsor with the Gun Shop Show. Those guys are awesome over there. It's been kind of a Saturday morning routine for me now to join in on the conversations. Just a bunch of good group of guys all around, followers, watchers. Check them out. If you guys need home inspections, give me a call. 417-439-9229. Thank you.
Land is everything to me. When I was born, I was brought home to the family farm, was raised, learned work ethic there, learned appreciation and respect for life and the land itself, and it just became second nature. I had to be there all the time. Whenever I wasn't on the land, I was not happy. But I learned to understand the land, learned to respect it, learned family values. My wife and I have bought a farm besides the one we live on, and it has just been a great investment, and it's been someplace that my son and I have shared the passion of hunting together, and land has been everything in my life. It has kind of kept me focused and gave me a place to be. It's kind of kept me grounded.
Listen here, Pilgrim. This here is the Gun Shop Show.
Welcome back to the Gun Shop Show. The Gun Shop Show is the only show that comes to you from the sales floor of a real-world gun store.
It's also the only show that comes with its own Logan/Gun Bunny.
That's true. Can you give them the Logan?
They need the treatment?
Yeah, give them
the Logan.
Need the Logan treatment?
yeah.
Oh, they're getting it right now.
Yeah,
but they need the real deal, I'm sure.
They need to get the full effect.
Give the full effect.
Let's highlight it.
This is a controversial.
It's controversial?
Yeah.
I'm worried people can't handle that.
It's a little much.
It is
It's supposed to be family friendly. One of the things we have to do on the Gun Shop Show is check our voicemail.
That's right. It begs to be checked.
Because we don't always have time to do it between shows, so we have to do it on air.
Right. This is the first time we've heard these voicemails, by the way.
So I'm going to be honest with you.
Okay.
I check them sometimes.
Oh.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
you're pre-listening to
I
them?
can't help it. I want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like opening your Christmas presents early and then wrapping them back up.
Yeah,
So your
I
parents
do.
don't
I
know.
wrap them up.
Yeah. I just shake them and guess what they are.
That's what I do.
Believe
You know
it or
what?
not, I can guess a present by doing this.
I have an idea about what some of these voicemails are.
Right. I like your approach there.
Yeah. All right. Let's roll the next one.
Hey, this is Kevin. What is the deal with the urinal at Liberty Tree?
Kevin wants to know, what's the deal with the bathroom? Something like that.
What's the deal with airline food? So our urinal's pretty famous.
Mm-hmm.
We're famous for having the third cleanest bathrooms in the firearms industry in
The
our area.
third cleanest, that's true.
Yeah.
First two.
Don't worry about it.
You have to look it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't say other firearms.
People want to
names
know.
on our show.
Some of our
practice. That's good
viewers,
practice.
I mean, a lot of our viewers have been in our bathroom, although the ladies have not.
Right. Do they have their own shotgun plumber too, or plunger?
We do have a shotgun plunger. I don't know if we have one in the ladies' room. The ladies don't
What's
have
that say about the guys?
They don't have as much of a problem with the clogging of the toilet.
Oh, yeah. The ladies don't?
The ladies don't. I don't know what it is with you guys.
There's some ladies listening right now going, that's not true.
That's not true.
That's not true at all.
destroy it
This
and
is what
leave
the
it.
show devolved into.
Okay, but we should take our viewers along to see the urinal, see what all the fuss is about. And in order to do that, we need to fire up the Pro Outfitters mobile cam.
Mobile cam.
Fire it up. All right, there we have the Pro Outfitters mobile cam brought to you by our proud sponsor, Pro Outfitters.
Let's go for a walk.
Let's go for a walk.
Let's be walkie and talkie.
With the Pro Outfitters mobile cam. Pro Outfitters has the most beautiful lodge I've ever seen. Where
It is.
You can hunt 3 states, Missouri, Kansas, and Nebraska.
It's backyard, Missouri River.
Yeah. I want to get up there and fish that river. You're probably going to be seeing that happening.
Right.
You guys are going to you all are going to have to be a part of my recreation because I'm going up there anyway.
He's going live from the banks.
And I got to make a show. So, yeah. So what you're seeing, and we keep referencing seeing, and some of you I know are listening on the radio, and you don't know what we're talking about. That's why you need to join the feed whenever possible, which you can do on YouTube or Facebook, Liberty Tree Guns, on either place. Ooh, he's stopping on.
Oh, nice.
Look at that.
Made a little stop there.
Machine gun, full auto, transferable machine gun.
Right in the crosshairs of the official Pro Outfitters mobile cam.
All right, keep moving, Logan. We need to...
He can't stop. He sees a gun. He's got to stop and look at it.
There's Rob helping a customer.
Classic Rob, looking like Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Rob Men in Tights.
I thought we sold that thing.
We almost did.
Oh no! Somebody backed out on the sale.
We're looking at a Russian motorcycle right now. All right, we're going into the men's room, ladies. Shield your eyes. Logan,
hopefully no one's in there.
Legit check, Logan. All right.
Oh, man.
As we come in, we're looking at a stall.
Mm-hmm.
We have some advertisements hanging up in there for
$9.95.
4-pack of Targets. But as you go to the urinal,
you get the real deal.
Look at that.
Oh man.
Here we go.
Here it is. Moment of truth. We don't mess around here. We target practice all the time.
We have a B-27 target in our urinal because aim matters. That's right. You heard the advice from John from U.S. Law Shield.
Yeah, practice.
Make sure you can shoot it straight.
Yeah, I'm pretty much in the red all the time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
no
that's how I roll.
Splatter guarantee on that.
That's guaranteed. Mm-hmm.
Guaranteed. All right, Logan, thank you. And thank you to our sponsors, Pro Outfitters, for making the Pro Outfitters mobile cam possible. And it looks like the mobile cam is going to be taking us past some magazines.
We got
Most stores in this climate do not have racks upon racks.
Racks and racks and racks of blacks.
Of 30 caliber clips. 30 round.
Are those the 30 caliber ghost clips that Nathan the Liberal was talking about?
That is exactly what you're looking at.
I'm surprised I could see him since that ghost.
Ooh, drum magazines.
Let's get the full effect here.
Yeah, there we go. Full screen on the Pro Outfitters.
That looks pretty cool, man. I don't even know what that is. It looks cool.
By the way, if you appreciate the inside look at the store brought to you by the Pro Outfitters mobile cam, do us a favor and jump over to huntprooutfitters.com. Check out what they have to offer, or go to their Facebook page because it's very entertaining.
Yeah, they sell shirts.
Yeah,
that are pretty entertaining. I think I got one here.
Yep, there's shirts, and obviously you can hunt with them. You can follow them. You can eat tacos at the lodge.
Oh man, I need tacos in my life right now.
Yeah.
If you can bring me tacos, don't bring me tacos.
Turn around. Remington was chasing you.
The Remington?
Did you know he was like a foot behind you? No. Yeah, he didn't know. Okay, guys. We got...
more?
Yeah. A whole rack full.
All right. You want to hit those digits?
Let's hit those digits.
All right.
Hey, guys. It's Alan. I recently moved from Joplin to Las Vegas, and I know you have the show on a couple stations in Missouri right now, but I was wondering if you have considered getting on more stations. There's a station here in Vegas, 101.5, and I think it would be awesome if you guys got the show on there. If
that would
not,
be
I
awesome.
guess I'll have to keep listening to podcasts on other platforms. Thanks.
I just want to say, it would be awesome to be on 104.1 and then also 105.1.
Let's just try to go down the dial.
Run up and down
We'll make
the dial.
it so easy. So right now we talk about all the places we exist, which is...
KZRG.
Well, hang on. Back up.
Oh, backing up.
We're on
GRZK.
iTunes.
Yeah, on iTunes.
We're on Google Podcasts.
Google Podcasts, that's right.
Podbean.
Yep,
Podbean.
Spotify.
We're on Spotify.
Yep.
We're on Pandora.
Stitcher.
We're on KODE12 on your television dial.
That's right.
That's
on noon.
ABC.
That's
We're
in the
on
Southwest Missouri area. And then we also on iHeartRadio, guys.
iHeartRadio.
Do you know that? iHeartRadio. And
But
then you can ask for us on Alexa, Google, or Siri.
Yeah. Ask all those things.
Just ask them.
And even if you listen on the radio, do me a favor. Get one of those podcast apps. Download it if you need to.
Mm-hmm.
Subscribe to our podcast, The Gun Shop Show.
Please. I heard that you can review podcasts on iTunes. I don't do iTunes.
Oh, that would be great. Give us a good review.
Our friend Ava was talking about that on her show recently. And she was reading out the reviews on her show that people left her.
That's a good
which
idea.
is kind of a cool idea.
If you wouldn't mind leaving us a good review, that would be much appreciated. But what my whole point was saying, it's hard enough to remember all those places where the show is.
Yeah, absolutely.
But imagine if we could say we're on 102.9 FM, we're on Springfield's Talk 104.1, we're on 104.2, 104.3. But Trevor has been working hard to make this possible for radio stations.
That's right.
So obviously we're a podcast. You can get us any way that you want to, but we've put some extra work into making this a product that any radio station can take advantage of. And so all they have to do is go where, Trevor?
You're going to want to go to thegunshopshow.com, and there'll be a little link that says stations at the top.
Click that if you're a station. For one, that's one place to look to see what stations we're already on. But if you're a station, you can go there, click that, fill out a quick form, and we will deliver to you a ready-to-air version of the Gun Shop Show every week. And we'll even take the time to make a promo for your station.
That's right.
Each week when we talk about what we're going to talk about earlier in the week, so we can give you some heads up so you can call the voicemail, or you can be looking forward to things like Dirty Harry. We're going to make one for your station specifically.
That's right.
And we'll deliver it to you. So, Alan, we know that you've been calling since you were here local. Now you're still listening to us.
Loyal fan.
I really appreciate it.
Having to get us on the internet because he can't find us on the radio anymore. But maybe we'll hit up, what was the station?
I don't remember. It was 105.1, I think.
101.5.
It was like one digit away from 104.1.
Okay, 105.1.
Yeah.
We would love to be on your station. I think we'd be a good fit for your station.
If you live in Vegas, in conjunction with Alan, it was Alan, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You get a hold of him. Tell him you want Gun Shop Show on your station.
Tell him that definitely nobody on the show wears women's sunglasses.
That's right. Not one person.
Not anybody.
Not even the guy who's wearing men's sunglasses.
I noticed you had to tilt them up
to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Not prescription.
The Gun Shop Show. Hey, you know what makes this, the Gun Shop Show, possible? It's people who believe in the show. And someone who has believed in the show from the very beginning is my good friend Chris Chapman, owner of Whitehead Farm Supply. Here's a message from Chris.
Guys, my name's Chris Chapman, owner of Whitehead Farm Supply, and I just want to take a few seconds here to let you know that we are going to be proud sponsors of the Gun Shop Show, and we appreciate everything that them guys are doing over there, and we just want to show them our support. Thank you.
So whether you have 2 chickens or 2,000 acres, Chris is your man. Give him a call. I guess that's pretty much the ad.
Whitehead Farm Supply.
Seriously?
Always.
Commercial idea for Netfishes. I walk into the commercial director, we'll call his office. I say to him, "Hey, how's it going?" He replies, "Good. We got your commercial ready to go. Are you ready to listen?" "Yeah, but before I do, I have an idea I want to float by you." He says, "Okay," a bit sarcastically. And I say, "All right." And I clear my throat and I start singing this song, something similar. Netfishes, we're all really good friends, hanging out and stuff, and having memories to talk about when we were young. It's Netfishes. And I say the business name wrong, like Fishnets. He replies, "That's terrible. And you didn't even say the right business name at the end. It's your business." Then it cuts to Netfishes, where we can all be friends. In commercial.
This just in. Huge cave found beneath the heart of the city. Spelunkers shared tales of an underground cavern system in Carthage, Missouri. Locals report the entrance to be at 10th and Garrison.
Cave Gang Pizza. Stop in and enjoy wings, wood fire pizza made with local ingredients, and our full bar. Bring the whole gang and uncover a legend.
Hey man, we got to do this About Anywhere porta potty commercial.
I kind of have my hands full.
I didn't want to bother you, but we really got to get it done.
You know this is where I go to do my special project. I'm almost done, hang on. I'm done. The Gun Shop Show is brought to you by About Anywhere Porta Potties.
They'll take you anywhere.
You can take a beep anywhere. Hey everybody, it's Eli at Liberty Tree Guns here at 530 West Fur Road in Carthage, Missouri, and I want to show you a gun collection that we just bought from an individual. A little bit of everything in this one. We wrote a check for 22 guns. Got some newer lever guns, cool Henry Silverboy, some older shotguns. This is a cool old 410 double barrel. This was a good mix. There was some newer type stuff, some old stuff here, some black powder, some cool Colt, black powder revolvers, newer Rugers, Mark IIIs, PMR 30, Taurus Judge, couple of Taurus revolvers, got a long slide 1911 right here, and then got this cool Llama 45. We just sold the sister to that gun in 38 Super. This particular individual, this was half the collection that we bought from him. And so I just want to remind you that we pay top dollar for entire collection, so we'll buy one gun or 100 from you, and we can offer consignment where we sort of establish what these guns are worth and we pay you out when they sell. Or in the case of this one, we offered consignment, we discussed it, and then we offered a cash price, which was a little bit less than the consignment settlement price, but it's quick. It was one check, and we paid those all out to this individual. And probably the biggest, baddest, coolest one of the whole mix was this Bushmaster BA-50. So we have everything from little antique 22s to 50 cals in this one collection. I want to remind you that we'd love a chance to buy your collection. Find us at libertytreeguns.com or here on Fur Road in Carthage, Missouri. See you soon.
Kids are curious by nature. Do your part to prevent unwanted tragedy from striking in your home by doing these simple tasks. Consider gun locks and/or gun safes for storage of firearms. Don't leave your guns unattended where children could reach them. Discuss with your children the rules of firearm safety. Sign your kids up for hunter safety classes. Firearm safety in the household is your responsibility. Do your part to prevent unwanted tragedy from striking in your home. For more information, visit JasperCountySheriff.org.
The Gun Shop Show, the Gun Shop Show. What is it? We don't know. The Gun Shop Show, the Gun Shop Show. Here we go, it's the Gun Shop Show.
Welcome back to the Gun Shop Show. If you happen to be watching on KODE before and jumped over to the live stream, thank you. Glad to have you here. And we, of course, appreciate our radio sponsors that carry both hours of the show. We want to make sure that eventually we get to the point where no matter where you're watching, you can get the whole thing.
That's the dream.
That's
Yes,
the dream.
Mm-hmm.
So I told you guys as we narrowed down the topic of Dirty Harry, which is a subject you just have to cover.
Right.
Because it is amazing if you hold a revolver
Mhm.
that is of any significant size.
Right.
People, it's like involuntary. They
Mhm.
can't.
Mhm.
It's like Austin Powers with
It's like an itch you gotta scratch.
Moly,
Mhm.
moly,
Guacamole.
you can't not say Dirty Harry. So I told you guys, get your best Dirty Harry impressions ready.
Mhm. Oh, and we did.
But as we got cooking, we couldn't help but imagine, what if Dirty Harry's character had been different? And it started, what if someone else had played Dirty Harry?
As usual, it evolved.
It fell apart on us.
Or should we say devolved?
So let's show what happened when we tried to do that. And I'm sorry. I'm going to apologize for what you're about to hear and see.
Official screen test for Dirty Harry.
You gotta ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? No. Do you? Punk?
Let me ask you a question. Is this revolver huge? Is it the biggest revolver you've ever seen? Do you feel lucky? Punk. It's a huge revolver.
You're gonna wanna ask yourself one question. Is this revolver huge? Is it? Punk.
You got to ask yourself one question. Do you feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
Do you feel lucky, punk?
I ain't here one him. Do I feel lucky? Well, yeah, punk.
You gotta ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Do I, punk?
You got a bacon apple in your mouth? No, 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 no.
Hey, you guys over here. What was my line? Do you feel lucky? Is that good? Nailed it. Sweet.
Ask yourself one question. Do you feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
You gotta ask yourself one question. What was I supposed to do today?
Do you feel lucky, Pilgrim? Well, do ya?
حسناً تفعل فاسق.
Punk. If you ain't first, you're last. Punk. I live my life a quarter mile at a time.
You have to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky, punk? You gotta ask yourself one question. You gonna eat that?
Let me ask you something. You feel lucky? Y'all heard about this? Did y'all hear about this? Have you heard about this? Do you feel lucky? Have you seen this? Have you heard about this? 44 Magnum revolver, most powerful handgun in the world. Y'all heard about this?
Let me ask you something. It's gonna be a good split.
Hey guys! Hey guys! Hey guys, subscribe to us right now!
Over enthusiastic YouTuber is the last one on there, which is, I see both sides of that. Those guys are a little annoying, but also I found if you don't embellish, you look half dead.
Yeah, you look like you just woke up or something.
But those guys are always like, hit like, hit subscribe, give us a share.
Ring the bell.
Speaking of that, go ahead and do that. Jump over there on YouTube, hit subscribe. give us a subscribe, give us a like, 2 thumbs up, leave us a comment, all that stuff. Please do that. And in fact, share the feed right now.
Yep. Do it,
please. If you're a fan of the show, share the feed. That's how we spread the word, which is how we get to bring you cool stuff all
Even
the time.
more stuff.
So
much
stuff. I didn't want to comment on a couple of those.
Okay.
I have to say, your Jay Leno, top notch.
I did not know I had a Jay Leno.
You didn't know you had Jay Leno in you, but now you know.
No.
Also, I thought that the Fast and the Furious one was pretty ridiculous.
We did what would have happened if someone else was cast. Christopher Walken. Some of those might have been obvious if you just heard the audio.
Right.
Some of them wouldn't. We'll probably post just that video in the Gun Shop Show group.
We should let folks know that we are not professional actors.
No.
Not even a little bit. If you couldn't tell, I feel like we should have prefaced it with
Despite the fact that you look like
a movie star right now.
Yeah. Well, I saw Steven Tyler.
Who's Steven Tyler? I'm just kidding. He sang for Led Zeppelin, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That guy.
He also wears women's sunglasses.
Yeah. You keep saying women's sunglasses, but they're on me, a man, and they look exquisite. I call them men's sunglasses.
Is that how that works?
Yeah. We should do an entire show on sunglasses.
Let's check the voicemail.
Yeah, let's move on.
And get back, move forward. Stop talking about what I want to talk about.
All right.
Here we go.
Eli, this is Terry from Joplin.
No, that's not it.
I'm thinking.
That's not it. Go ahead and kill that one. And,
Hi, I'm calling from Carthage, Missouri, and I frequent some pawn shops looking for jewelry and things like that. And sometimes I see a lot of guns. You know, there are sometimes a good selection, sometimes not. What would you suggest, or what would be a great find, I guess, for the money? You know, what would be like your number one top gun to look for? Not so much in rarity, but you know, common gun to find in a pawn shop for a purchase, and maybe, you know, more so looking for resale value for me to make a little money. Let me know. Thanks.
all right.
If
Well,
you find guns to resell at a pawn shop, you need to get over to the pawn shop, man.
well. Here's a couple things. Somehow our voicemails got out of order.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. But that's okay, because I can answer. I'm prepared to answer this because I'm going to give away a few secrets right now.
Uh-oh.
Okay, give 'em away.
So the general question is, what is a diamond in the rough pawn shop find as far as guns go? Pawn shops are very hit and miss.
Very.
They can either be way overpriced, or sometimes because of the way that those pawn shop owners acquire the gun, you can get a good deal there. Because they're not motivated in the same ways that we are here at Liberty Tree Guns. A lot of times they got this gun off of a pawn, which means they have much less invested in it, because we give kind of top dollar for your gun. We give, it's still a wholesale price because we have to sell it, but it's still pretty fair considering that, where a pawn shop's going to give you, 10
bare minimum
10 to 20% of what it's worth. If you don't pick it back up, they own it for that amount. So few things to look for. If we could get off into brands, and there's a lot to know, and that's why dealing in guns is not cut and dry. First, I want to give the caveat also that you have to be careful. You can buy and sell and trade as a hobby, but if you do it, and it's okay if you make some money when you're doing that.
Yeah.
But if you are what the ATF considers in the business of selling guns, so if you're routinely doing this to form a profit, you are required to have an FFL license.
I gotcha.
So, but if your idea is like, I like to find deals, like shoot them for a while, and then I want to be able to sell them for what I paid or more.
Yeah.
Here's some things you can look for.
Tell them.
Colts. Anything that says Colt is going to have value, regardless of the era. So look for Colts, compare that to current sales prices. Also, look for the country of manufacture. So anything made in Belgium is going to carry some value. So
is that because they don't make that stuff there anymore? Why would that have more value? Because it was made in Belgium.
It generally coincides, especially with Brownings, with eras where it's considered high quality.
Yes.
They shifted manufacture of Brownings in particular to Japan.
Oh, okay.
And that was considered not as quality of a move, although people are sort of revisiting that, and even the Japan Belgiums are bringing more than they used to. But it was just like Belgium was what you wanted, and whether it was based in any tangible proof of quality or not, it's definitely the perception, and people want a Belgian Browning.
Oh, okay.
So you can look for that. Also, the probably the easiest one I would say for is look for guns that are dirty and not well cared for. We have had customers who literally they go around to pawn shops and gun shows, and they look for the guns that are kind of cretted up. That are got a little bit of rust on the barrel, that are dirty inside, and take them home and clean them up. And they're easier to sell that way. And sometimes you're actually fixing functionality issues. Some people will pick up a gun and it'll say, doesn't cycle right. And it turns out it just needed a good cleaning.
Right. I mean, also, the virtue or the visual value of it goes up when it's clean versus when it's dirty, even though you may not have actually changed anything about it other than its appearance.
Right. Gun finishes have evolved a lot over the years. So Bluing is sought after from a collector's aspect, but it's actually a very kind of old-fashioned way to finish a gun.
Yeah.
This Dirty Harry Smith & Wesson 29 is blued. When we get back, we'll continue checking the voicemail, and we'll break down this pawn shop question on the Gun Shop Show. People are always asking me, Eli, you seem to get the best deals on things. What is your secret?
Old Glory Auctions and estate sales.
Trevor, I appreciate you jingling, but I have to say the ad part first because people need to know about the company.
Oh, I thought you wanted me to do that.
And then also, it's it's covering up my face. So
right.
just get a picture like from their Facebook page because that's the best place, and then just put it right up here where the Gun Shop Show logo is. Okay.
All right. I'll do better this
and
time.
then and so let me finish the ad, and then you can jingle. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So the best place to go is their Facebook page.
Old Glory Auctions and estate sales.
You know what? Fine. I'll just move in between the graphics and finish telling people that the best place to find out when
Old Glory Auctions and estate sales. I think I got it that time, man.
The Gun Shop Show costs money to make, and the Gun Shop Show is brought to you by Pecans and Cheese. Not really. Actually, we didn't have any sponsors for this segment, and so I decided that I would take a snack break, and also I decided if you guys are tired of listening to me eat cheese and nuts, that you need to buy an ad. So from now on, if our ad sponsorships don't sell out, you're going to have to listen to me eat nuts and cheese. In order to sponsor the Gun Shop Show, send us an email at thegunshopshow@gmail.com.
Next week, chips.
Hey, Adam and Lauren. Thanks for jumping on here so we can make an ad for the show.
Yeah, absolutely. We're huge Second Amendment advocates and big supporters of Liberty Tree and the Gun Shop Show.
All right, so for the ad, we're going to want to go over what you offer.
We do all the standard auto, home insurance, life insurance. We also do a lot of rental property, whether that be commercial rental or residential, duplexes, apartment complexes, single-family dwellings. And we have specialty policies for all your firearms.
You have commercial coverage on my rental properties, so we can put that in the ad too. And I was thinking that we'll talk about how you're big supporters of the store and how you come in the store pretty much every day on your lunch break and buy guns.
Maybe don't mention the everyday thing because my wife does watch the show, but we've been known to come in occasionally, every once in a while.
All right, guys, I think that we have everything we need to make an ad, so once I get it done, I'll give you guys a holler to check it out. Trevor, don't put it in the ad, but those guys are in here literally every day on their lunch break. The Gun Shop Show, brought to you by little old ladies. They're little and they're old. They're little old ladies.
Hi, Eli. I'm calling from Carthage, Missouri, and my question involves gun cleaning. My husband and I argue all the time because I've always been taught that you basically don't touch the barrel or any of the metal parts of your shotguns or pistols, for the fact that your body oils and stuff leave, fingerprints, and it's just not good. So in that aspect, can you tell us how often, specifically when you fire a gun, how often should you clean it? And tell me a little bit about gun maintenance, not only for long guns, but for handguns too. Thank you.
That's a great question, and it also ties back to my advice that if you want to get a good project gun from a pawn shop and get a good deal on it, you clean it up or you find one that's dirty, because rust can appear on a gun, but that doesn't mean it's ruined, and it doesn't even mean the finish is unsalvageable or you always have a big patch of rust. It depends on the severity. But even if you have it rusted all the way to where there's a little pitting, if you take something like a fine steel wool and a good gun cleaner like Rim Oil and you wipe it down, you're going to minimize the visual effect of that.
Right.
If you put a rust inhibitor like CLP on it, it's going to reduce the likelihood that that rust comes back. But there is a lot of tradition that goes into people's beliefs on gun cleaning. And I was starting to allude to before the break the finish on this Smith & Wesson Model 29 blued finish. Bluing is not actually a coating on metal. It's a controlled corrosion.
Oh, okay.
So
it kind of almost destroys the top layer, which in essence protects it?
It does protect it more than raw metal, although because it is not a coating, it can still be susceptible to things like, she mentioned, the oils from your hands.
Yeah.
If you and this is a very beautiful example of a Model 29 unfired. We wipe it down each time we handle it because there is lipids and things in your the oils on your hand and sweat that can be a little bit corrosive, especially on bluing, which is a controlled, like I said, a controlled corrosion on a gun. And isn't it amazing that just and when it's oxidization, just like rust, it's a controlled reaction that the metal has. And isn't it crazy that they can get such a deep luster on a gun?
That's really impressive. I honestly didn't know what bluing was. I just would have assumed that it got dipped in something and therefore it got blue, almost like a dye.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not really. It's a reaction. So the bluing is not like a blue colored liquid or paint. It's not really soaking into the metal.
Is that something that's still done as a part of like manufacturing firearms? Is that a standard practice?
Of the blued firearms, yes. Like there's still still guns that are made that way. However, there are more modern, more robust ways to finish a gun. Things like Cerakote, which is a product I used to be an applicator for, which is a ceramic-based gun bake-on, like powder coating type finish. So you put it on, it actually bonds to the metal and forms a layer over the paint. Now, there's a few reasons why we don't have to, she mentioned cleaning a gun every single time you shoot it, or cleaning it even if you touch it.
Right. The Barrow gang clean their guns every night.
Yeah. There's a few reasons why people feel that way. One is gunpowder used to be corrosive exclusively. So it was made out of things that were salt-based or chemical-based.
Right, I get that.
So leaving it on the gun would for sure rust and cause pitting, internal damage. Now, that is a thing of the past. Powders are made to be non-corrosive, meaning they're not going to be made of a material that's specifically going to rust or eat into or damage the metal on a gun.
Right.
Which means you can shoot it and clean it right now, or clean it 3 months from now, and the effect on the metal is going to be no different. Now, that sort of religiousness about when to clean your gun comes from those olden days of when bluing was the best thing we had to offer on guns, and that controlled corrosion. Sort of an old school example of this is I made a knife when I was a kid. Like I took a piece of metal and shaped it into the best kind of knife, and it would get rust pitting just from setting out overnight.
Yeah.
My grandpa showed me if you take that raw metal blade and you put it inside of a potato, literally inside of like an Idaho potato, the reaction that has causes a controlled type of corrosion that's not iron oxide, it's not rust.
Interesting.
So it turns it like a dark gray, almost like bluing, obviously not as lustrous and nice looking as that, but that would prevent, because we had this layer of that type of oxidization, we wouldn't get the red pitting type of rust.
Right, it's already oxidized.
Yeah, it's already sort of...
it's not going to do it again.
It gives that protection against it, although it's not as robust as having, say, stainless steel, where the actual metal is blended with other metals that are more resistant to rust.
Right. Well, years ago, I bought a wok and it came with instructions, and those instructions were to leave it coated in oil so it wouldn't rust.
Exactly.
And I thought some of that might apply to the firearms as well.
So it does, especially to blued guns, but really anything. I mean, stainless steel is called stainless, but it's not 100% stainless. It can rust, and oil acts as a finish. It fills in, it creates a barrier. So if you wipe down an oil film on your gun, it's a barrier between the moisture in the air, the moisture in your hands and your fingerprints.
Yeah, I get that.
But so that diminishes the need to clean your gun or it's going to be ruined.
Yep.
And that's why older guys, a generation before us, feel like you are lazy or you're doing it wrong because they think your whole gun is at risk because it was in times in the past.
But technology changed that for you.
Yeah. So the way that powder's made, you can get by with not cleaning your gun as often, period. And 2, waiting to clean it is okay. Now, the powder may not be corrosive, but it's still going to get on your gun and be in your gun and be in the cracks of your gun.
Gunk it up.
And gunk it up and make it attract even more dirt and issues. So it's still important from a functionality aspect to clean your gun frequently. But the whole tradition of it being this thing you have to do before you go to bed tonight is not really applicable by today's standards because of gun finishes, because of the way that powder has evolved, and all of that. So I hope that answers your question. Thank you for the call. But also on that same topic, you can take that ties back to the pawn shop question. If you find a gun with some rust and you use a cleaning kit to clean the bore, make it more shiny, use a high quality cleaner and or rust inhibiting lubricant. You can use something like the cleaning kit that it's probably already sold by now, but or at least given away, claimed by our freebie. But you can go ahead and clean up a gun, make it look much more presentable, appealing, shinier, and therefore be easier to sell when it's time to sell that, possibly for more than you paid for it. We're going to continue here on the Gun Shop Show.
Buckle up, because belts just got better. With Core Essentials, the perfect fit every time. With 40-plus sizing positions, styles for any situation. Whether in the boardroom crushing sales and taking names, on your next adventure, in the great outdoors, or when you're done for the day and ready to relax. Get your perfect fit with Core Essentials.
Hey everybody, Eli here, and I'm really excited to tell you that the Gun Shop Show is brought to you by one of my favorite places on earth. Located here in my hometown of Carthage on the beautiful historic square, the Emporium on the square, and the Woodshed. It's a art gallery, an event center, a gift shop. They have art classes, and there's very unique Americana artwork from famous artists like Andy Thomas. They handle a lot of his originals. Framing just has this incredible old school vibe, and you can feel the history coming through. Have to check out the art gallery, but then as you work your way to the back, my favorite part, the Woodshed, had a lot of great meals in here. They've got burgers. I love their catfish. Excellent. Chicken and waffles even. It's incredible. And it's also a music venue, so we got to see my favorite band of all time, the Ben Miller Band. Ceiling was literally raining down. They were rocking so hard. But the best thing, owned by one of my favorite people on earth, that's Cherry Babcock. Check out the Emporium on the Square and the Woodshed.
This just in. Huge cave found beneath the heart of the city. Spelunkers shared tales of an underground cavern system in Carthage, Missouri. Locals report the entrance to be at 10th and Garrison.
Cave Gang Pizza. Stop in and enjoy wings, wood-fire pizza made with local ingredients, and our full bar. Bring the whole gang and uncover a legend.
Hey podcast listeners and live stream viewers, I wanted to let you know that the Gun Shop Show is made possible by our friends at Mid-America RV. Being in the customer service industry, I have a really high standard for how customers are treated. Mid-America RV does it right. I've got my RV through their dealership and I've taken it all over the country. We made it to South Padre Island. We've gone to Colorado several times. And if you've ever owned an RV, you know there's a lot that comes with it. So who you get it from, matters, and it's extremely important that you have support after the sale. They're located just outside of Carthage. They have a really vast inventory, and they are home of, I believe they call it a forever warranty. So I urge you, if you're in the market for one, to check them out. It's a really fun and can be very affordable way to get your trips in. So visit them at midamericarv.com. We appreciate their support of the Gun Shop Show. If you're in the market for a travel trailer or fifth wheel, check out Mid-America RV.
Hey folks, I had to learn the hard way that a good home inspection makes a difference when you're buying a home. Our new sponsor, All Points Inspections, can provide just that. Here's a message from Corey from All Points Inspections.
Hey guys, Corey Hines here, owner of All Points Inspections. Up on a roof right now, currently doing a roof inspection, checking for leaks. But I am excited to announce that I am a new sponsor with the Gun Shop Show. Those guys are awesome over there. It's been kind of a Saturday morning routine for me now to join in on the conversations. Just a bunch of good group of guys all around, followers, watchers. Check them out. If you guys need home inspections, give me a call, 417-439-9229. Thank you.
Hey, you know what makes this, the Gun Shop Show, possible? It's people who believe in the show. And someone who has believed in the show from the very beginning is my good friend Chris Chapman, owner of Whitehead Farm Supply. Here's a message from Chris.
Guys, my name's Chris Chapman, owner of Whitehead Farm Supply, and I just want to take a few seconds here to let you know that we are going to be proud sponsors of the Gun Shop Show, and we appreciate everything that them guys are doing over there, and we just want to show them our support. Thank you.
So whether you have 2 chickens or 2,000 acres, Chris is your man. Give him a call. I guess that's pretty much the ad.
Whitehead Farm Supply.
Seriously? Welcome back to the Gun Shop Show, and I owe all of you an apology.
About time, man.
What are you apologizing for?
What are you apologizing
Sometimes I have too much fun making this show,
Mhm.
and I forget to do some of the basic housekeeping.
Right, and I'd
You
like
know,
to say it probably was these dope shades that threw you off.
Maybe.
Trevor, yeah. I think
It is-
Trevor should apologize for the sunglasses.
No.
He's
No.
indignant about it.
I'm indignant. You heard?
It's like, remember when Charlie Sheen went insane?
Yeah, and then he's like, these women's sunglasses aren't women's sunglasses anymore, they're men's sunglasses now.
Yeah, and
Said Charlie Sheen. Tell him
here's
about
what.
Anyway,
Give to him.
Here's a couple things. One is we had John from U.S. Law Shield answer that question about are certain calibers of handguns illegal, not to carry in Missouri. There may be restrictions in other states as to the caliber, but there isn't any in Missouri. So that valuable advice comes from our partner, U.S. Law Shield, which is legal defense for your self-defense. Because sometimes, even when you act in accordance with the law, you can find yourself being charged with a crime. We look at the case of the McCluskeys, where most experts believe they did not commit a crime under Missouri law. However, a lot of political pressure in that case caused the prosecutor to charge them, and therefore they had to hire an attorney to defend themselves, which is something that most people can't afford.
Even though they are attorneys themselves.
The attorneys had to hire attorneys. And the best thing you can do is hire attorneys that are experts in terms of self-defense and that are, in fact, shooters themselves, which is the case with the U.S. Law Shield program attorneys.
Absolutely.
I'm going to dig out, and I should have planned this ahead of time, but...
You're going to give us cash?
No. I'm going to get my wallet out, and I'm going to look for my U.S. Law Shield member card.
Do it.
And this is... I'm the worst one to pull out
a card.
Because you have so many in
I
there.
have
wallet
so
looks
many
jam-packed.
business
Like the
cards.
voicemail.
Yeah,
you know, I go to
get your
the
Weight Watchers card out of the
store
way.
and I try. You know, I've got 17 business.
Yeah. That's where you
debit
keep
cards.
all your business and your debits and whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like your
I think you
Jenny's,
need a new
Jenny's card.
like minimalistic wallet.
Yeah. As long as I'm gonna need 4 or 5 of them to hold all the stuff that I have.
4 or 5 minimalist wallet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying.
Anyway,
If you
on your
wanna
membership
sponsor the
card,
show and you like wallets.
on your membership card, there's going to be 2 hotlines. One of them is if you're needing an attorney because you have been charged with a crime. That's the emergency hotline.
Right.
There's also a daytime legal question hotline that you get access to at no extra cost, which means if you, like Devin in Florida, have the question, is it legal to carry this gun? You can literally call, get in touch with a U.S. Law Shield program attorney and have that answered for you correctly. Not some guy at work that heard that this is legal. That's the worst place to get advice.
Are you talking about armchair lawyers?
Yeah. Get a real one, and you can do it. It's $10.95 a month.
That's pretty cheap.
And if you go to uslawshield.com and you sign up with the promo code Liberty Tree, all one word, you get 2 months for free. So you get 14 months for the cost of 12. And you get upgraded to Platinum Plus, which is a program that locks in your rate no matter what. Even as inflation happens, the cost of things go up, the cost of attorney doing business with attorneys in this fashion goes up. Your rate stays the same forever as a member. There's also some really cool add-ons like Hunter, I think it's called Hunter Shield. It's a program.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
It protects you if you travel into other states and you're hunting or you...
Right, and that's a 50 state guarantee or coverage, right? No matter
Yeah.
what state you travel in, you have legal defense.
Right, and you can do all that at uslawshield.com. They make the Gun Shop Show possible. I had a question in the last show. A student remembers me saying that I didn't have an endorsement for a concealed carry insurance company, and I had said that for years in my class. Here's the thing: U.S. Law Shield is not an insurance company.
That's right.
And they have real program attorneys like John, other ones all across the state. They're assigned per region. They have a phone that directly rings to them in the event of an emergency.
Right.
And so the reason I didn't endorse any of the other ones is because I couldn't say them with full faith. I can say that about U.S. Law Shield, and they have proven it at every turn.
Like having your own lawyer team of lawyers at your disposal.
Something that, trust me, costs thousands of dollars in normal instances.
Right.
But another thing comes to mind that I neglected to do.
Oh, yeah, you tell them about that thing now.
The freebie thing that we only have one of.
Yes.
So in the beginning of the show, we always give away free merch.
Right.
But a lot of times we give away one really nice thing.
Yeah, that's true.
We have one. So get your fingers ready.
Oh.
We're going to throw this up now because I forgot to do it earlier.
Okay.
Here it comes.
We've got this cleaning kit. This is a multi-caliber.
That's good stuff.
I want that.
Multi-caliber cleaning kit with a zipper case. I'm holding it up to the camera. This zips up in a little package. You know, this whole thing is much bigger than it is when it folds up.
Pretty cool. Does it have any cleaning fluids in it, or is it just the hardware?
This is just, it actually does have a small packet. This is like a starter sample, it looks like, of some lubrication. But generally, this is, for the main thing you need to know, this is the hardware that you need to clean inside the bore. So,
yes, sir.
You know, on the topic of cleaning, we had the voicemail caller.
Right.
You know, how important is it? How hard is it to do? That's one thing you get when you buy from Liberty Tree Guns. You get part of the Liberty Tree guarantee is that we're going to show you. We're going to show you where on your gun you need to clean it, where you need to lubricate it, all of that at no extra cost. You can do a lot of DIY stuff if you need to in a bind.
Oh, yeah.
I tell people gun cleaners are one of the few things that are still cheap in this world. and they're designed to not hurt gun finishes, and they're designed with the right, chemical properties to protect your gun and not penetrate into the primer and the powder and not turn to solids later. But if you have to, you can use household things like, honestly, hot soap and Dawn dish soap will clean up a really cruddy gun. So hot soapy water will clean a gun really thoroughly. Obviously, you need to dry it quickly and effectively when you get done. Don't leave it sitting around with water on it or in it.
Yeah,
but that's
undo everything you try to do.
Yeah, right. But you can clean a gun really well with that. But one of the things that's hard to DIY is the bore down the barrel of the gun.
Yeah.
That's why a cleaning kit, simple thing like the bristles in a bore brush, that's kind of the only thing that's really hard to just find a household item to duplicate. But that's why you can get this free cleaning kit or stop by Liberty Tree Guns to get your own cleaning kit.
Probably take a tremendous amount of pipe cleaners if you were going to use those.
Yeah, it might not work good on certain calibers.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So we did our own versions of Dirty Harry earlier in the show.
That's true. Mm-hmm.
But the reality is that was based on a real person.
That's
I'm sure
true.
loosely, but there was a real man that was Harry Callahan. But that wasn't his real name. But the character was based on that.
Right. The character was based on San Francisco detective Dave, I hope I pronounced this correctly, Toschi? Toschi. He is famous for having sought after, for many years, the Zodiac Killer.
Interesting.
Which, by the way, the first movie was not only based on him as a detective, but the antagonist was also based on the Zodiac Killer. He was referred to as the Scorpio Killer. Big surprise there, like the Capricorn Killer.
So I'm interested in this. I'm not a huge movie buff, but I do like to know what is the origin of this story. Someone just dream it up.
Right.
So we'll break that down when we get back on the Gun Shop Show.
Land is everything to me. When I was born, I was brought home to the family farm, was raised, learned work ethic there, learned appreciation and respect for life and the land itself, and it just became second nature. I had to be there all the time. Whenever I wasn't on the land, I was not happy. But I learned to understand the land, learned to respect it, learned family values. My wife and I have bought a farm besides the one we live on, and it has just been a great investment, and it's been someplace that my son and I have shared the passion of hunting together, and land has been everything in my life. It has kind of kept me focused and gave me a place to be. It's kind of kept me grounded.
Commercial idea for Netfishes. I walk into the commercial director, we'll call his office. I say to him, "Hey, how's it going?" He replies, "Good. We got your commercial ready to go. Are you ready to listen?" "Yeah, but before I do, I have an idea I want to float by you." He says, "Okay," a bit sarcastically. And I say, "All right." And I clear my throat and I start singing this song, something similar. Netfishes, we're all really good friends, hanging out and stuff, and having memories to talk about when we were young. Netfishes. And I say the business name wrong, like fishnets. He replies, "That's terrible. And you didn't even say the right business name at the end. It's your business." Then it cuts to Netfishes, where we can all be friends. End commercial.
We're back on the Gun Shop Show. I have this pop filter.
Homemade, by the way. What is that thing? Is that a stocking cap?
No,
or a sock?
I think it was a bottle. Originally, it was a insulator for like a water bottle.
Mhm.
You could stretch it over it.
Oh, okay.
But I would say the early days of some of the stuff we recorded, like
That's
when
right.
I would make my radio commercials, I have a bad.
He pops.
So we do a lot of things to try to avoid that pop, but here I am doing it on purpose. So we took a coat hanger and stretched this around, and I had to mention one of our affiliate stations during a promo, and it sounded very poppy.
Right. It basically sounded like it was spelled with 10 S's and 10 F's.
Yeah.
On the. By the way, homemade pop filter works like a charm.
It does work.
I don't want to brag, but crafted by yours truly right here.
That's right.
I used to make all my own pop filters.
Yeah.
And you could also have a pretty sweet mustaches versus beards with that thing.
I could battle it off with this little guy.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you'll win.
Right before the break, we were talking about how Dirty Harry was based on a real-ish. Okay, the character was ish based on a real person, but the person was indeed real.
That's true. Yes, he was a real man. He not only he was the inspiration for a lot of characters, not just Dirty Harry, but nonetheless, Dirty Harry inspired a lot of other characters that have become a part of pop culture. Judge Dredd. I don't know if anybody knows who that is. And let's see, the show Sledgehammer too was. But it's interesting to me that Dirty Harry was inspired by real life, and then real life is inspired by Dirty Harry. And we had a question in the group that was, do you feel that movies are doing justice to guns or serving an injustice to guns? What do you guys think?
It's a good question.
I can make both sides of this argument, but I want to hear your guys' first.
Okay. Go, Logs.
I feel like overall, it really depends on the movie. Some issues I have with movies pertains to like things like the suppressors or silencers, where in movies they're like dead quiet, and in reality they're not. They're loud, but they're just hearing safe. Which, if you're trying to make the argument why we need suppressors or silencers and why they shouldn't be regulated, it's a lot harder to make the argument when people assume they make shots quiet.
Silent. Yeah, I mean, almost always when you depict a silencer, it's during an offensive move, like an assassination or a spy. And that's not at all the reality of what a suppressor or a silencer does, which, by the way, Liberty Tree Guns is the area's only silencer shop kiosk location.
That's right.
We have lots of suppressors in stock. It's right. It's right there behind.
Let's turn it around.
Too bad we don't.
Why don't you mobile cam that thing, bro?
You could have the. Let's fire up the Pro Outfitters mobile cam. But anyway, what suppressors really do is make the gun safer for you when you're shooting it because it won't damage your hearing.
Yeah.
Makes it a little more pleasant in terms of that percussion and recoil.
Right.
Also the unrealistic nature with which the guns work sometimes. You ready, Logan? We fire up that Pro Outfitters mobile cam?
I think he's still firing her up there.
I'm waiting for host.
Okay.
Well,
right.
I don't see you in there.
Well,
let's get this.
I'm not ready to refresh that page, but it's interesting to me that the suppressor, it isn't more prevalent. Why aren't guns built with some sort of suppressor element already built into them?
Because that's illegal.
That's illegal.
It's
right. Suppressors are heavily regulated, right?
Yeah, the ATF prohibits manufacturers for building the gun in a way that diminishes its natural sound without regulating it under.
So it's specific to the fact that they want it to make a sound. Would that be correct?
Which is kind of this misguided notion that they're somehow making it safer when in reality they're not making the gun any more lethal. In fact, they're making it less concealable because it generally makes them bigger.
Right.
And it doesn't do anything to keep anyone safer. All it does is put at risk people's hearing if they don't use proper hearing protection. And I think we're ready with the Pro Outfitters mobile cam.
Yeah, we are.
Go check out that one-stop silencer shop.
There it is. On the Pro Outfitters mobile cam, we have our suppressor kiosk, which it is not a vending machine for
No.
suppressors. It
We-
doesn't spit them out.
We tried endlessly to get one out of that thing.
But what it does do is gives you one place to go to get all of your ATF paperwork done to own a silencer or suppressor. You can do your fingerprints, all of your Form 4 documents, come in and see us, pick out your suppressor, do that within a few minutes. It's all sent off, just waiting on approval, which is pretty reliable. Approvals are almost always granted. They just take a little while. So you get those going there. Suppressors are a really fun way to take your gun ownership to a new and fun level.
I think they'd be pretty interesting. I do notice that there's a fingerprint zone there. How far is that from the danger zone?
That's a good question.
Is it a good
If you could just
question?
take us on
No go.
right
Oh,
on
I see that.
two. Right,
Yeah.
right on. Is it right on
He
two?
did. He took us right on to the danger zone.
Right
Yeah, they had the no-go on there. Show him the danger zone again. Danger zone! That's so cool.
All right, I'm done with this.
You're done with what?
I'm done with the suppressor cam.
Okay.
And do you have anything else on the real world Dirty Harry that we need to talk about?
Well,
or should we-
I'll give my ideas of whether or not I feel like
yeah. Sorry.
movies
Didn't
are
mean to
doing
skip you.
injustice. No, it's okay. You're next, by the way. But I don't think that explicitly movies do that. I don't think. I mean, they're meant to entertain, not inform. People are going to take from them what they will, regardless of what the intention is. So, I don't think that they really do them an injustice, especially intentionally.
I would tend to agree with that. I have seen and I know it's the prerogative of the creator of the movie, but I have seen political stances taken in the writing of the movie. Like
Right.
they're a right-wing nut if they have this, have so many guns or whatever the case is. But I will also say that sometimes not. One of the frustrating things is when a cowboy is shooting his revolver and he's fired 35 times before he reloads.
Right.
Because it not only is just hard to believe as a gun owner, it's like you want to suspend disbelief and just be in the gun battle at the same time. You're like, that's not,
Right.
Let's show the heat of the moment of the reload too.
Right.
But what I was going to say on that topic is when a movie chooses to be more realistic, that resonates with gun owners. And I think that's one reason why the John Wick series is so popular.
Right.
Because Keanu Reeves really studied shooting, and now
Yeah.
he's a very proficient shooter trained by actual, defensive and special forces experts, where again, if someone and a lot of times a portion of the base of cop movies or spy movies or military movies are going to be people with those backgrounds in the military, police, gun training, and it's hard to watch someone. For me, it was always frustrating to watch someone portray a cop and they didn't even take 5 minutes to figure out how a cop would hold their gun in this situation.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of that is past movie and TV show making. Over time, like the ante kept getting upped.
Sure.
To where now, like if you're not doing it, there's a good chance that people aren't going to believe it because they've gotten so used to.
They've seen it better.
Yeah, like
more
you've
well
seen it done in based in reality, and now, you shot 6 bullets out of a 5-round whatever, and somebody picked it up more than they would have in the past.
Yeah, and now they spend more time, just like so many things, making, trying to get the details right so that
Right.
you're more bought in. I thought it was funny that they had to bring in, they brought in former meth addicts to help Breaking Bad.
Wow, I did not know that.
Portray the scenes where not only did the methamphetamine need to look real, and it's funny because the average person might not know what meth in a baggie looks like in
Right.
reality, but police that watch that are going to know,
Mm-hmm.
and by the fact they took the time to make it more accurate, enhances the story.
Yeah, I think so.
I think you get the good and the bad with guns. Sometimes you have it; they hold guns to a put it on a pedestal in a way that they couldn't actually perform.
Yeah.
And then on the same token, you see a guy without a gun, Chuck Norris style, beating everybody up against guys with guns. And
Right.
in reality, he would just get shot. And
Right.
that'd be the end of the movie.
So reform the question to ask that, do you feel movies do justice to Chuck Norris and his level of karate?
Okay, guys, you got to jump over to the live stream because we got a big question to answer, which is, how did Logan get so handsome? So go to Facebook, join us there.
Buckle up, because belts just got better. With Core Essentials, the perfect fit every time. With 40+ sizing positions. Styles for any situation. Whether in the boardroom crushing sales and taking names, on your next adventure, in the great outdoors, or when you're done for the day and ready to relax. Get your perfect fit with Core Essentials.
This just in. Huge cave found beneath the heart of the city. Spelunker shared tales of an underground cavern system in Carthage, Missouri. Locals report the entrance to be at 10th and Garrison.
Cave Gang Pizza. Stop in and enjoy wings, wood-fire pizza made with local ingredients, and our full bar. Bring the whole gang and uncover a legend.
The Gun Shop Show, the Gun Shop Show. What is it? We don't know. The Gun Shop Show, the Gun Shop Show. Here we go, it's the Gun Shop Show.
We are back, and this is where all the cool kids hang out.
That's why I'm wearing these.
That is why he's wearing. It's a good thing they've added that extra option on the 4473.
Do you wear awesome sunglasses?
Non-binary sunglasses.
These are non-binary. They're between the zeros.
So
and
we
the
have
ones. The aching question?
the overriding question.
Mm-hmm. We need to know. Got to get to the bottom of it.
Okay. Let's hear it.
Our guest on the last show, Ava Flanell.
Oh, yeah,
told
that's
us
right.
that her show is called Gun Funny because it was a spoof on Gun Bunny, which she didn't want to be. Prides herself in not being, which is, using your appearance to
that's
sell
why.
guns. But she also brought up the fact that we were doing it.
Yeah, and it's I play mine down, but not Logan though.
No, I mean, she said, "Hey, you got that eye candy right there."
Mm-hmm. You talking about this eye candy?
Logan.
Yeah, that one. And so we went to our Facebook group and we asked the question, how did Logan get so handsome?
Yeah.
And
Logan, how'd you get so handsome?
we said, let us know, leave it in a voicemail. And so just based on...
I'm hearing. I think
Getting
I'm
a little
hearing
lighter
some.
there.
I'm guessing like a Christmas gift.
Uh-huh. Oh, nice callback.
Yeah.
Eli, this is Terry from Joplin. I'm thinking part of the reason for Logan's handsomeness might be a complete lack of stress in his life. A good part of that could be being close to a toilet at all times.
He had to pause. He had to pause and then think about what he was going to say. Yeah, thank you, Terry, for calling. And, I think this is a good theory.
I think so, too.
Because when you get the urge...
The urge to purge?
Oh, yeah.
You it's very stressful if you don't have.
Yeah,
the
it causes crow's feet.
Let me throw a scenario at you guys.
Throw a scenario.
Okay. You're driving along.
Driving.
After like a long, beautiful, wonderful vacation.
Mhm.
You're on the highway. You're about
Wait.
like
Oh, I'm into this.
I just want to pause because I don't
Okay.
want to forget this.
Okay.
I have a vacation-related bathroom story.
Okay.
Okay, finish your thought.
Okay. You're about an hour from home. You're in the middle of nowhere. You
Uh-huh.
don't really know where you are.
Right.
And you got to use the bathroom.
Right.
What does that do to your stress level? What does that do to your heart?
It raises it.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
You get worried. You start sweating.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You're like, where's the bathroom? I don't know where it's at. You're asking
Right,
people,
right.
where's the bathroom? I don't know. I'm your kids.
That's a perfect segue to my story. We were in Galveston, Texas when my son was maybe. So I'm trying to think of how old my daughter was. She was probably 3. Okay. My son was probably about 3. And we were walking around beautiful, sunny Galveston, Texas on the
Mhm.
beach, and they have these jetties, right? Going
Okay.
out. It's big boulders stacked in the surf
Okay.
that you can walk out on. Now, they're just individual rocks, so you have to step over cracks, and the surf's kind of splashing in between them.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
We take the time holding brand new baby Emerson and holding Nolan's hand. And as you get further out, the waves kind of are coming up, and the rocks.
It's a recipe.
The rocks are getting slick because
Mhm.
now the waves have crashed
Now
on the
they're
top,
wet. Right, right.
and they're wet, and so it wasn't like unsafe, but we had to take our time getting all the way out to the end. And it took a few minutes to walk out, maybe 150 yards out on this jetty, right?
Okay.
My son gets out there and he's like, "Dad, I have to poop." And so, he's out of diapers at this point.
Yeah.
So I had to make a call.
Yeah.
Right. On the executive decision on the fly.
Right.
I
It's a
knew
dirty decision.
we weren't going to make it back.
Right.
Okay. We weren't going to make, and if we had made it all the way back to the car, we still had to get in the car, drive somewhere,
Right.
ask if we can
Called
use
an audible then.
I did.
Yeah.
And we held him over the rocks in the crack.
Well, when you say held over, are you talking like
Simba?
angled off?
Yeah, I held his hands. He crouched over the crack, and we took care of it.
That's hilarious. Does he remember doing this at all?
Okay, yes. And here's the most funny part of it is, and I'm not proud of this moment, right? Like, because there's people on the beach, and
You got spectators.
and I'm like, look, I'm either it's going in the rocks and
Right.
getting diluted in the ocean with all the other crap that's in the ocean,
Right.
Or I'm cleaning it out of shorts.
Right.
And plus, I don't know you people, so you can judge me all you want.
Right. Ain't nobody remembering that. Like, that's the guy that had his kid.
Somebody, one of our viewers in Texas is like, "That's the guy,"
Right.
You know?
The funny thing is like it probably happens daily. You know?
And the truth is, probably no one looked over at us
Yeah.
and saw what we were doing. But anyway, the thing that even makes this story really memorable is we get back in the car and Nolan starts telling Emerson, who's can't even talk yet. He goes, "I pooped on a rock," and she giggled, and then he started going, "I pooped on a rock, baby," and now like they still reminisce, and he still goes, "I pooped on a rock, baby," and she still laughs.
That's hilarious,
So-
man. That's one thing that I've learned. Your kids I've been around them more than I've been around any other kids, and the stuff that they've retained from before Emerson could really even walk and talk.
Yeah.
Like she's still like brings things up or points at things that she was very interested in at that time. Like this little wrist rest here. She still talks about it. It's amazing that they retain that stuff.
Well, it's funny, and it was his embellishment of it, because like we had to calm him down and be like, "Look, you didn't go in your pants. You went on a rock. It's fine." And then instead of, we were trying to steer him out of being kind of like upset of himself, because at the point we were still like, he was young enough that we were still focusing on the potty training thing.
Yeah.
But he took it and ran with it. We were like, "You don't have anything to be worried about, buddy." And then he took it to the other extreme and made it like a catchphrase.
Yeah.
I pooped on a rock.
Pooped on a rock, baby. Sounds like could be a band name.
But that's
Pooped on a
proof.
rock.
Terry's theory is not wrong. If you
No.
don't, you need a place to go, or you're gonna cause things like these gray beard hairs.
That's right. Crow's feet. Yeah.
They'll
And
get you.
that's why Logan keeps a porta potty within Disney. He's got that tiny bladder.
I actually requested it.
Yeah, and it started out just a functional porta potty, and now it is a teleportation device.
That's right. We
That
haven't
is-
cautioned that thing off yet.
We need to, because he accidentally hit the flush button last week.
Yeah.
Go back and watch that in the last show.
Mhm.
We had all our teleportation equipment in the teleporta potty,
That's
and
correct.
he bumped the orange flush lever.
Yeah,
and
you don't wanna bump
teleported-
that.
He teleported the phone
Straight into your lap.
Yeah, and
Yeah, that
as
was
much as that
dangerous.
thing weighs, I could get injured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big
Yeah.
time.
You don't want to lose.
So let's finish checking the voicemail.
Hey, this is Carol, and I'm calling from the Jasper County area. And I just wanted to say that your young man got his great looks from good genetics. His parents must be awesome. Bye.
How much did you pay this person, Logan?
No, wait. Why would it be Logan? It would be
Right.
Logan's parents.
Oh.
Paying. And
Oh.
also, your mom's not named Carol.
No, she's not.
But is that your mom
Was he
pretending to
alarmed?
be?
No, I mean, I don't recognize the voice whatsoever. I don't
So
know who that was.
The weird thing is ironically not a compliment for you. I mean, it would say that's how he being you got so good looking, but
It's
only
a compliment
because
for my parents.
Yeah.
who your parents have groupies. I mean, I've heard a lot about Logan's mom.
Right.
I mean, Logan's mom
Back in the day,
has
Yeah.
got
I
it
don't-
going on.
I don't want to get
Really nice.
Logan's mom.
Really nice person.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into it.
But
She is.
why does Logan's mom have her own independent fans?
I don't know. As a result of this show, she's picking up her own fans.
She's picking up her own fan base, but what I don't understand is why do we have 3,700 members of the Gun Shop Show group, and Logan's mom has 5,000 members?
I don't know. I can't figure it out. But I have a theory, guys.
What?
And I just want to say this theory and preface it with, this doesn't mean that I think that Logan's parents are this way. But here's the theory, all right?
I don't like the way this is going.
It sounds bad, but
does.
it's just a theory, all right?
Okay, hit me
like
with
if
it.
two people who aren't really attractive have a child, that child is attractive. But if two people who are overly attractive have a child, that child not attractive. What do you think about
so
my theory?
you're either calling me ugly or my parents ugly.
No, that's what I was saying. Like I'm not saying that about your parents.
I'm saying I'm not saying
It was a theory I generated years ago.
I'm okay with the theory, but I can't embrace it because Logan looks exactly like his dad.
Right.
Identical.
As time goes on,
It's more.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Like, if I want to see what Liberty Tree Gun staff will look like in 10 years, I can just look at Logan's dad.
I think his mom took off all the rough edges, though. That's why he's the gun bunny that he is.
That's true.
That makes
That's
sense.
true.
That makes a lot of sense.
But I really want to know who Carol is and why she is.
Yeah, what's in this for you, Carol?
Carol's probably like.
Yeah, Carol, who are you? First off, I don't even know you.
Yeah.
Second off, thank you.
I wonder why the.
Indirect compliment.
Yeah, she's
Right.
trying to butter them up.
Yeah, does she know your
Yeah,
parents?
do you know my mom? Carol, do you know my mom?
She's probably like an
You probably know my
insurance
mom.
agent trying to get their business.
right. Not with Missouri Farm Bureau.
She's
though.
a realtor.
Just trying to get you to
Yeah, they'll
to
do
shop with
anything.
her.
They'll do anything.
Really, they'll say anything.
Anything.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what else is
Cooking there?
in the old voicemail box.
Hey, this is
Oops. Let me try that over again.
Hey, this is Logan's dad, and I have
Uh-oh.
a theory why Logan is so handsome. Most people don't know this, but Logan is named after Wolverine.
Oh,
who is
I
played
didn't
by
know
Hugh
that.
Jackman, who is very good looking. So,
He is.
genetics?
Wait a minute.
Or Hugh Jackman.
Well, first of all,
Time out. Dad, did you just let the world know that you're not my dad?
Oh, yikes.
Is Hugh Jackman my dad?
I don't. That would be really
Is
weird.
that what you guys are
if
talking about
he's
my mom
not
for?
your dad, and yet you look so much like him. Also, I think maybe your dad has a failure understanding what genetics are. He said he's named after Wolverine, and he was really good looking, and so genetics? Question mark.
You really named after Wolverine?
Oh, big time.
Oh, wow. I would have guessed that.
You guys are going to have to clue me in.
Okay, so Logan is the real world name of the comic book character Wolverine. He was a real person who got turned into this mutant, and his name was Logan.
Cool, I didn't know that. But that's the best theory we have so far. Genetics.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman is a handsome fella.
Very.
Mm-hmm.
If I wasn't married.
Extremely handsome.
Yeah.
You would go to Australia and court Hugh Jackman.
Is he
You know he's
Australian?
married,
Well,
right?
I would
Yeah.
think about courting him. I
You
wouldn't
would think
do
about it?
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, you're lucky. You're lucky, Hugh.
Yeah. I'm coming for you, Hugh.
You're lucky that Logan is here at Liberty Tree.
Carol
and
might
not-
be interested.
Yeah. Get Carol in here.
Get Carol in it.
Clarissa, if you're listening, please stop listening.
This is not going to get any better
It's
from this
not.
point
It's
forward,
not.
I guarantee you.
I just read the notes, and it looks like it's going downhill.
Yeah. Don't worry, Clarissa, because I filter out. I mean,
All the cusses?
no, I filter out a lot of the Logan-related inquiries.
Oh, like the
make sure they
groupies?
never even
The
make it
groupies
to
that
them.
call, they're like,
yeah.
Logan, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I filter
Trevor,
it
you're
out.
one of them.
I know.
All right, let's.
Okay.
Hey Logan, it's me, it's your brother. I'm calling in to the Gun Shop Show to talk to you. Tell them about the fire pole. Tell them about the fire pole connected from my bedroom to yours, Logan. Tell them. Tell them about your idea. You have to do it.
So, elephant in the room. Let's hear about this fire pole.
Yeah, I don't know.
On the spot. Brother didn't help you out. You got dad calling.
You
got
got
brother
the whole
calling. you got
family
mom
in the
calling.
voicemail box.
I don't know if I want to even talk about this.
So-
Remember, PG-13.
It's not bad.
It's just embarrassing.
A little bit, yeah.
But it's a
Well-
little. Well,
okay.
How recently was this a theory?
I'm wearing women's sunglasses, all right?
It was like years ago.
Documented. Documented.
Thank you. Yes.
I'm walking that one back.
Gotcha.
We
Too
got
late. I'm just, you know how it is.
Hey, I get to-
sensational media.
Yeah.
I'm cutting that one out. Hey, I'm wearing women's sunglasses. Okay.
Spill the
so-
beans, Logan.
Tell
Okay.
us.
Okay. Back when I was living with my parents, when I was, I don't know, 17 or 18, so it was like 7 or 8 years ago. I was a different person there, first off. Okay, let me preface it with that.
Everybody's a different person when they're 17
right?
compared
He
to
was
now.
a superstar.
Connor's my brother, we joked about, because I lived in the basement and he lived right above me, if we cut a hole in the floor and put a fireman's pole down to my room. Okay, that was the idea.
Why? That's not that embarrassing.
He was worried that he would be awoken in the dead of night, hearing as I'm like climbing up to his room on the fireman's pole.
Nice misdirection there.
My immediate thought was, if it's Logan's idea, doesn't he need to be on bottom really to make use of going downward on the pole? Because a fireman's pole is only efficient in one direction.
Yeah. Right.
Otherwise, it's just a very difficult way to go.
That's
to
why you would be like
Yeah, right? As you squeak up it.
yeah.
First of all, this is a great premise, and
Reverse fire poles.
It just takes a lot of extra training, upper body strength. You're gonna end up looking like Hugh Jackman when you get done with this.
Right, and you definitely want to wear like 70s gym shorts so that you can use your leg
you
skin.
need all the thigh, the
The thick of your thighs?
the friction to get up there.
Mhm.
First of all, you don't need to be embarrassed because I think any two brothers have had themes. Also,
themes?
Just ridiculous ideas like that.
yeah.
I used to, with the kid I grew up with next door, we started digging holes. When I say next door, like I grew up in the country, so his house is a half mile from mine. But we would start digging a hole either at my house or his house, with the theory that we were going to make a tunnel to each other's houses.
That's awesome.
And we would only get down like 2.5 feet, you know.
Yeah,
and
well, that's close enough.
And then his dad would fill it in, and we'd have to, so we'd lose motivation,
Start over
and
again.
then we'd have to start over again. But we had a hole that we worked on for over the course of years.
Mhm.
Like, didn't get much work done on, but the theory was we were going to tunnel to each other's house. So I mean, I understand.
Well, I didn't grow up with my brother because you know that whole dad thing. But if I had, we would have probably shared in my ideas of how to surgically become a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Oh yeah, see, my kids are already wanting slides installed to go from one story of our place to the next.
Yeah.
And so I mean,
You could use a fireman's pole in there.
yeah, my house
That would be cool.
We're good for
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
See, I don't know if I should
Is there
say
more to this story, Logan, that you're not telling us?
Yes.
Yeah, but he
There's-
did have a he
there's
did
kinda-
he did have a
Dude,
tone.
you can't hold
So,
back.
He did have a tone of as if
The
there was
reason-
more to it.
The reason the fire pole idea got shut down,
Uh-huh.
first off, being not that practical.
Right.
But
First of all, being a totally horrible idea.
yeah. So one night he's sleeping in his room, and I decided I'm gonna like prank him or like pick on him.
Mhm.
So I was gonna do the water bowl and his hand in it.
Oh,
He was
yeah,
sleeping.
yeah.
So I'm crawling into his room.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm like an army crawl.
Low crawling in there.
And I'm like halfway into his room, like my whole body's in there, like my legs are sticking out barely. And he's like, he's awake apparently. He's like, "What are you doing?"
He just saw you from your army crawling, but he saw you the whole time.
No, he heard me the whole time because it was pitch black. So he hears me and he's like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, I kind of panicked. And I was like, "You want a spoon?"
You offered him.
I don't know.
That was you thinking on your feet?
Oh, you were.
And he was like, "Get out of my room!" And like I crawled down and I was like, "Rain check," and he was like, "Get out of here!"
For some
It's nice
reason,
of you to offer.
my mind went the other way when you said, "Do you want a spoon?" And I thought that you had a spoon along with your bowl, and you were going to offer him a spoon.
Yeah, that would have been
Like
fun.
you
The
brought
other
him
way
hot
that
soup.
the other way I thought that story was going to go is you got in there and you put your hand in the water and you peed your pants. That would have been a good
like, huge
backfire.
prank!
So that's why he was worried that I'd climb up the fireman's pole.
Oh, because that kind of stuff was going on.
Oh, like you're going to troll him.
Yeah,
Get-
see, it would have been to his advantage for him to be on the upper side.
Right.
Because it's much harder to go up a pole than down it.
Guaranteed, yeah.
But if you're willing to army crawl in with a bowl of warm water, then all bets are off.
Which can be easy, by the way,
It was
to low crawl with a bowl of water.
I spilled water everywhere.
I bet it just by the time you got there, it's probably hardly any left
It
in
was
the
just a
bottom.
bowl. Why do you have a bowl?
Splash, splash, splash. And your parents are like, why is there water all on the floor?
Yeah.
It's not genetics.
Oh, man. Get the podcast.
Yep. Dirty Harry.
All of this is part of the Gun Shop Show,
Mm-hmm.
which is a unique program on the topic of firearms and related things.
Yep.
And you don't always get the essence of the show until the overdrive.
I think so. Once we
The
run out
overflow.
of topical things, but just so you know, listeners, okay, this is us at the gun store. So even though it may not be gun topical,
we're here.
We work in the gun business, and this is how it goes.
This is how we are.
We wear men's sunglasses and talk about gun stuff.
Couple more thank yous.
Lay 'em out.
I want to thank the listeners for sharing the feed, joining the Gun
guys.
Shop Show.
Thank you very much.
It means a lot.
We appreciate it.
Are getting huge responses to the fact that people want to put our show on their platforms. They want to be a part of the show, which is something that means a lot to us. But I want to remind you about our number one sponsor.
Remind them.
Liberty Tree Guns.
I think I heard of those guys.
The Gun Shop Show would not be possible if it weren't for Liberty Tree Guns. And so Liberty Tree Guns has competitive pricing.
Mm-hmm.
We have online layaway as well as in-store layaway.
On pretty much anything we sell.
Yeah, I had a question yesterday, and a guy said, I really want to do layaway, but it's a website item. It's at one of your warehouses, so I can't do it, right?
Oh, absolutely you can.
You absolutely can, and you should.
Mm-hmm.
All you got to do is go to libertytreeguns.com, pick out the item you want, put it in your cart, go to checkout, and at checkout, use layaway. Okay, and when you do that, you only have to pay 10% down. So you're getting a $1,000 gun, you only have to put $100 bucks. $100 bucks. That's all you got to put down.
Then you got 90 days to pay it off.
And so
interest free.
See, exactly. That's
free
one of the
layaway.
most-
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, a lot of places charge. They throw in a $25 surcharge or
Right.
or 5% increase. We do not do that.
That's right,
It's
we do
straight up
not.
free. So there's a lot of things you can do to support the show, but spreading the word, getting the merch,
Sharing the feed.
checking out our sponsors, which is always people that believe in us, believe in the things that we believe in, but also when it comes time, and I don't want you to make a purchase every single day on libertytreeguns.com, but I want you, when it comes time to buy a gun, think about your friends in the gun business. Liberty Tree Guns.
We take care of you.
Always.
Absolutely. It's what we do. It's what we care about. It makes this show possible. It makes the store go on. And we sure appreciate you. But for now, it's time.
Time to say bye-bye.
To say goodbye.
We're signing off.
Thanks for joining us. It's always been a blast. Tell us what you think about Dirty Harry. Tell us what you think about the Gun Shop Show. And tell us whether or not you're a member of the group in the comments. We'll see you next time on the Gun Shop Show.
See ya.
Oh boy.
Good thing they can't hear anything we're saying now. Thanks for letting me borrow your sunglasses, Eli. I won't tell anyone. I had a super time.
Another one in the books, fellas.
Surprised we don't need lozenges from having done so many Clint Eastwood impressions.
You look genuinely embarrassed about the fire pole thing.
Did I?
Yeah, which is great. And also...